Oh, that's your phone? Oh. Hey, y'all. Hello, War Council Army. It is your moderator, Adair Byerly, here with War Council. We're breaking down UFC 311 today, talking about the art of war. And we have a special guest with us in the building, Mr. Jordan Levitt.
Hello. Happy to be here.
And then, of course, we have your host, Mr. Jamahal Hill.
What's going on, y'all? Fight week, ready to go, baby.
All right, before we get on this card, we got a couple of things that have been happening this week besides the crazy fires going on in Los Angeles where the fights will be held. We had a situation earlier with Khabib getting removed from a fight. Did you guys see that?
I did.
I saw some videos, but there was a caption that was kind of clickbaity, so I'm not exactly sure of the context. So,
did you click though?
of course I clicked. It's like, Khabib racially profiled on Alaskan airline.
It was so what it seemed like to me was, yeah, it's kind of because of like he speaks broken English, a little bit of broken English, that they were like, oh, maybe he didn't understand, but he was telling them like, yeah, I'm aware, I speak English, I understand, and I'm willing to help. And because he was in the emergency exit, he was in the emergency row exit. I guess they weren't comfortable with his level of English or understanding or something, so they wanted him to move seats, which I get why he didn't want to move seats. It's more leg room. He probably paid more for that seat. So for you to just last minute try to switch my seat, I'm not gonna be too happy with that either, you know. But he's a world champion. He's fought in America many times. He's got some of the best sound bites in UFC. So obviously English is not a problem for him.
Do you really think it was about the English though?
Because
all you have to do is answer
dickheads.
Yes. All you got to do is say yes when they ask you. You know what I mean?
Are you prepared in case of an emergency? Brother, we always ready. Ready. Right now, we can fight right now. We always ready. Sorry, I need the audio.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing to see, especially because Khabib is one of like the most respectful, nicest, kindest people that you will ever interact with. Like he always speaks respectfully. He's always kind and mindful of the words and the things he says. Even when he gives you a little banter, it's always brother first. He always makes sure he lets you know it's coming from a place of love. So it's unfortunate to see that, and hopefully they
do some
better,
research next time.
Yeah, do some research and do better next time.
If the plane ever does go down, that's probably the only person you want to help everybody in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just moved him. Oh.
Cool, calm, under pressure. He's in the fire. He's in the fire of UFC title fights against some of the best guys, and he does it calmly and respectfully. You know, you've seen even the fight with Michael Johnson. You know, he's talking to him, letting him know why he's doing this. I need to fight for a title. All right. So it's just man. I hate to see a good guy get done unfairly. You know what I mean? So.
And then you were at the fights the other night. With watching Chris Curtis and Roman's fight, and you got to see that stoppage live. That's been a big controversial issue.
Yeah, first and foremost, amazing card. Great fights to start the year off. Absolute bangers. Absolute banger fights. I was, I was a fan. I was completely fanned out at those. Shout out to all the fighters. They showed up amazingly, put on the show, set the tone for the year. So now we got to follow it up even better. And yeah, the whole situation with the Chris Curtis and Roman Kopylov fight. Amazing fight. Absolutely. So fight of the night, fight of the year so far, and
it was good.
To end it that way, a stoppage at the last second where he's still aware, still like not like obviously he was a little bit rocked, but not like he wasn't in the daze. The kick didn't even land clean. He got his arm up, he got his hand up and blocked part of the kick.
It looked like
he lost balance. And then he went down. He did lose balance. I think that's what it was. I think his leg was still kind of hurt. He's coming off some leg injuries, and he ate some nasty leg kicks in that fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, for him to stop the fight, and then I believe the reasoning that he gave, from what I was told, he stopped the fight because Roman walked off. What the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? That's some weird ass shit.
Well,
I
the
didn't
way
know,
he did it was like he was in danger. You know what I mean? And Roman wasn't even
even close
towards
by
him.
him.
So that's kind of was like, why
so
are you
somebody
sliding like
walking
that?
off because there's somebody getting dropped and somebody walking off is not a reason for you to stop a fight. So I mean, that's like, to me, that's almost like the equivalent to saying I wanted him to have this dope ass highlight. It's like, that's kind of fucking crazy, and we definitely fights need to be ended better on a better criteria than that, and better assessed than that, you know. But shout out to both. I love watching Roman Kopylov fight. Shout out to Chris. He came, brother. You showed up. You did your thing.
Yeah, he looked
It was
good.
a hell of an entertaining fight. You put on a hell of a show. But that's just the way the game goes sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, refereeing is hard. Well, everybody's job in the cage is hard. I think that's why when a mistake is made, everybody just, zones in on them and always talks about what they would do, what they wouldn't do. But that was
You never know until you're in
interesting. Yeah, that is true. You never know until you're in there. Okay, so let's see. This is a really great
fights.
card. I'm so excited that I get to be there to watch these, actually. So you want to talk about a fight on the early prelims, the Grant Dawson and Diego Ferreira?
Yeah, so unfortunately we had some fights, a couple fighters fall off the card.
Yeah.
And so they were replaced by some debuting guys, so I don't really have much to go on for these guys. So to kind of supplement that, we're gonna talk about one fight from the early prelims that we know, the feature early prelim, Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira.
Yep. So they are. Let's look at their record here. We got Grant Dawson at 22-1, Diego at 19-5. They're both coming off of a win. Oh, he's coming in from Brazil. Hey, shout out to that. And Grant is ranked number 15 right now. So, what are your thoughts on this fight? I see they have him as a favorite to win.
How do I see this fight? I see it's a striker. It's a striker with a fairly well-rounded guy versus a grappler. You know, Grant Dawson's going to come in and wrestle. He wants to wrestle. That's what he does. He don't have hands, but he has wrestling, and that's got him to a fairly decent record this far. But I don't think Diego's a guy that you can just come in and take down. I don't think he's a guy that you can just come in and take down. He has very, very sharp punches inside. He mixes them together, and when he starts to find his range, he starts to let some combos go, and he's got devastating strikes. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a tough one for Grant. How you see it?
No, I think Diego should be the underdog, but he's a very live underdog. Mm-hmm. You can't hold him down. He's one of the best in the division at scrambling up. He's very good at scrambling from takedowns into submissions. I don't think Grant Dawson's going to be able to pass Diego's guard and take the back. And I think it'll play out very similarly to when Diego fought Gamrot. Gamrot was just trying to take him down for 8 minutes straight. Diego had a rough weight cut and popped a rib or something. So I think this is basically durability and pressure versus a great single leg and good top game. I'm very excited because
top game is crazy.
Yeah.
Pause. We do pauses on this show.
Quite often, actually.
But yeah, Grant Dawson, he has a lot of good wins in the UFC. He's been there for several years. But his most viral moment is him talking about his wife. I think this is a really good opportunity for him to get a nice finish, possibly, and really get put into the limelight on a very big card, because this is one of the biggest cards of the year already. I can't see many cards in 2025 topping this.
Yeah.
I like it. You guys are ready to go to the early prelims? Mm-hmm. I mean, the prelims?
Well, sorry. I mean, let me see. Well, yeah, I kind of said how I seen the fight. I think for Diego just needs to stay off the cage, stay with, keep it in the center, work behind a solid jab and some low kicks. I believe mixing in between the jab and the low kick will kind of get him in that range and take away some of that explosiveness off of those takedowns, to where he won't have to worry about being not gonna say not have to, because he's always gonna have to worry about that in this fight, because Grant is going to shoot anytime he has the opportunity. But I believe solid leg kicks and a good jab, managing that range and actually make him have to explode and come after him, and look for good solid shots behind that will be the way to go for him. And for Grant, can he get him to the cage and take him down?
All right. Okay, so we're going to go past the first fight that goes on the prelims because they had to replace a fighter. We can go ahead and jump into the heavyweight bout.
Although shout out to Zachary Reese. I have seen him fight. He is an entertaining guy to fight, to watch fight. He comes to throw hands. He drops bombs. He's kind of a brawler. So I'm assuming that's going to be a good fight. They usually fill in with guys that they know and that they think is going to come and bring it. And this guy's getting a short notice opportunity to fight in the big show. We all work to get here. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a good fight.
All right, so we got a banger already. The heavyweight bout with Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak.
Top 10.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting to watch. We got a record with 21-3, 17-4. They're both coming off of wins. Ranked number 6 and number 7. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys are neck and neck. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Two grapplers, two guys that are known for their grappling, but can also strike. I've sparred with Spivak. I've moved around with him and got some rounds in with him, and he has fairly sharp punches. He has sharp punches whenever he's got the confidence in them and willing to actually throw them and let his hands go. Jailton Almeida is just a physical and athletic freak.
Yeah.
He's got dynamite in his hands. He can also strike. He can also throw kicks, knees. He's got hands and everything. But both of these guys are both dominant with top pressure and whenever they're on top on the ground. So I think that's a very, very interesting one to see.
Yeah, like they're both really dominant grapplers, and that's, especially at heavyweight, that's really a game changer. But I do think if this fight does go to decision, it's going to favor Spivak because Almeida never does damage, and damage is the number one criteria. So we've seen Almeida in several fights, gets him out, double wrist control, throw no ground and pound. So even if I think Almeida might have more control time, I really feel like Spivak will do more damage going across the entire 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this fight goes because they're both really dominant top players. Not going to say top game.
It's okay, you're safe. Just say pause if you have.
Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, this fight should be a really interesting one.
Yeah. Well, Almeida finishes a lot of fights early. Mm-hmm. So even though he does get to that mount, he kind of uses that wrist control and some shots to kind of get to the back and likes to sink in that rear naked choke. How I see it, if I'm for Jailton, I think it'd be, man, try to corner him and use the power behind some of those shots to try to get to him and get him fighting off that back foot. I think if he can actually get, he's a little bit more willing to kick than Jailton. And we've seen now in recent guys with some guys that have moved up that have a little bit more athleticism who can kick, it be able to disturb these heavyweights. A lot of these bigger guys get disturbed whenever it comes to leg kicks and things like that, some teep kicks maybe up the middle. And I believe sharp 1-2 down the middle for Jailton is devastating because he does hit hard. And Spivak, I don't believe is as fast as Jailton, but for Spivak against Jailton, I believe the key would be just keep him at the end of your punches. Don't really give him a leg to grab. He can mix in some clinch. I believe on the ground. I believe that like Spivak does have the maybe the submission. He has a more variety of submissions on the ground, but I believe if he's actually able to put him at the end of some combos, good hands from a distance, and use a good jab, a good good check hook, things like that, and really box him up, which I've seen from sparring him, he does have the ability to do. So I believe that could be a huge thing from him. Kind of wear him down, play the long game. You don't have to take many risks early. Don't take very many risks early. Kind of let Jailton burn himself out, because we haven't seen Jailton go deeper into fights really, and I believe that gas tank with all those big muscles and things like that, that could play a factor. When he does get tired, he kind he kind of does place himself in danger quite a bit. So for Spivak, I say, keep kind of piece him up, trying to kind of stay light from the outside and pick good shots and use volume. For Jelton, he needs to be forced. He needs to be coming forward. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, for everybody that's in the chats, because I see the chats pouring in, forgot to let you know this earlier, but we do have a $5 minimum if you want any questions or comments read that you want to ask directly to either Jordan or Jamal. So just putting that out there, and make sure they're appropriate because I won't read them. But thank you for the money. Okay, our next one is a bantamweight bout with Mr. Peyton Talbot versus, who is this? Renoy. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry. Renoy Barcelos. Is this one of your teammates?
Oh, no. But familiar of his game.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Of course, we got Peyton, who's undefeated right now, and his opponent, 18-5 is his record. They're both coming off of wins as well. We got a lot of wins on this card. What do you guys think about this one?
1350 minus 1350.
Yeah, the freaking odds are crazy.
For Talbot, which the kid's a phenom. Like from the moment you seen him on the Contender Series, you could tell he's really good. He's really good. He's very well polished, especially on the feet. He's got good composure, but also can press the pace as well. And yeah, we haven't really seen any really weak spots other than the fact of in his Contender Series fight, he was able to be held down. Mm-hmm. He was able to be held down. He didn't really slow down a whole lot, but I believe I'm gonna get in there. I believe that grappling something is gonna be in Barcelos' best interest. Barcelos for me I think he's a little bit more of a grappler.
Yeah, he's more of an all-rounder. Like Barcelos, he did the whole thing where wrestled his entire life, started doing MMA, and then decided never to wrestle again.
Right.
And he's run into a lot of trouble when he fights people that have high volume. Like I'm forgetting the guy's name. But the guy's name was Henry. Put him through the meat grinder. Really put a lot of damage on Barcelos. Barcelos got beat by Umar. Yeah. Nurmagomedov got knocked out. So pressure really gets to him, and he is 37. So I think the question is, will Barcelos grapple offensively? And he hasn't shown that he does that often enough. But also, Peyton Talbot, if there's one knock, and I love Talbot, really big fan of his game, but his defense is sometimes porous. So I can see Barcelos perhaps getting lucky, getting some strikes off. But yeah. I think negative 1350 is ridiculous of odds, but yeah, he definitely should be the favorite.
Yeah, Peyton has been caught. We've seen Peyton get caught, but what I've seen and what I've noticed, he rolls with the punches very well. He rolls off punches very, very well. Barcelos, I've seen him crack some people. So he does have that power to rock and hurt, and then kind of get into that. But for me personally, I think Talbot need to volume. I think he can cook him with volume, just coming forward, just putting together good combos, staying safe, staying protected after he finishes, giving him a little space and just mixing it up head to body. I believe in probably finding that clean shot to eventually put him away. But for Barcelos, you got to mix in the grappling. You're going to have to mix in the grappling. He's going to have to shoot for some takedowns. He's going to have to make Talbot work at his pace and control the pace on his end to give himself the best possible shot that I think to possibly get a win over this kid, because he is a phenom. He definitely, in my eyes, he will definitely be at the top of this division and soon. It won't be too long within the next year or so. He'll be in the top of this division, and that's just how I see it. Yeah.
Okay, so we only have one fight left on here, which was the light heavyweight bout that Johnny Walker had just pulled out of a couple days ago. So I'm not sure. You guys don't really know much about this guy, do you? Billy
Elikana? Yeah, he's been at 205 regional. He's 6-1. I mean,
Is
it's
this
a tough
his first fight?
I think it's his first fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
It's a
it
tough
is. I just
ask
looked
to
at
come
his-
in
Yeah.
this last minute.
Wow. Well, good for him for
And-
showing up and taking the fight. But
Also, this fight should not have happened because Johnny Walker is friends with Bogdan.
Yeah.
They're friends. Like Bogdan's really close to Johnny Walker's brother, so it's kind of a travesty that fight was going to happen. So happy ending.
Right.
Like I mean, maybe perhaps not as happy. Well, I guess happy for Billy because he gets a last minute call of the UFC, but tough ass.
Top 13, top 15,
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
then
cool.
top 15 right out the
and he's
gate.
coming and saving the first pay-per-view of the year.
So
You know what
I don't
mean?
know who this
Jumping on
guy
the
is,
card.
but he's obviously
Cojones.
done some things outside of the UFC for them to bring him in and give him a top 15 guy right
Yeah.
out the back. It's a huge opportunity for him.
Yeah.
Great opportunity. He's I don't think there's really a lot of pressure on him. Like there's no pressure on you, dude. You get to come in and just show what you can do. That's it. It's pretty much come in, show what you can do. Feature prelim on the first pay-per-view of the year. You
Banger card, too,
this
so
banger
it's
card
like-
is awesome, and that's actually pretty dope. It's actually pretty dope to see. I like people getting opportunities and to see what they do with them. You know, so that's one thing. But as far as Bogdan goes, I watch his game. You know, this is my division, so you know it's something that I always keep an eye on all the guys. I'm actually really cool with Bogdan. It's always love and respect every time I see him. Shout out to you, brother. You already know, but he's got really, really good fundamental striking. He's really, really good. He's got really good boxing. And he's got really good power. I believe that coming in against a guy that's short notice, hasn't been here before, or any of those things, I've just kind of, I believe, coming forward and imposing your will on the guy will probably be the best bet for him. You know, just put the pressure on him because you know the nerves, the lights might be there. The lights might be there. I don't know how much this guy's been training or to be just come in. He's probably gonna have to cut quite a bit of weight on short notice. And that's the thing. And the whole thing with Johnny, like I had a feeling something might happen with this fight with Johnny because Johnny was big. Johnny was big last week. At the end of last week, like Friday, I think like afterwards, he stepped on the scale when we were in the locker room. He was almost still. He was like 228, damn near 230 still. And this is after working out. So that's a tough ass. That's a big tough ass. But we're gonna see how it turns out.
All right, so let's go ahead and go over to the main card. Exciting. Okay, and it's starting off with Kevin Holland versus
Rene de Ridder.
Rene de Ridder. I said that so Texan.
Come on, bro.
The Riddler versus Kevin Holland.
So we got Kevin. He's coming off a loss. I believe, doesn't he have like the most fights in a year, tied with, was it John Jones or something?
He's tied with Angela Hill, and it's like a 4-way tie.
Yeah.
Like 4 people have like 5 fights in a year. Yeah, that was Kevin Holland's
something.
great year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fights a lot. So I can't tell you how many times we've had him on a workout, so we've had to break down his fight. And then his
that's the
opponent
bro.
is coming off of a win. So how do you guys see this matchup, and what's your prediction for this fight?
Well, for one, I'm biased. So I'm going to give y'all the best unbiased breakdown that I can, as best as I can, because y'all already know the blunt, bro. I'm always in support, and I always expect great things from him. De Ridder's a grappler. We seen him in his last fight against Gerald Meerschaert, which was his UFC debut. He has no hands. His striking his grappling has to be, obviously, he out-grappled Gerald Meerschaert, and Gerald Meerschaert's grappling is phenomenal. But his striking is atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious. And the fight starts standing. So for me in this fight, he's going to be looking to get Kevin down any way he can. The thing for Kevin is he's going to have to stay composed, be ready to defend the takedown, but also be assertive with the hands. And I believe just a simple jab, if him being able to find a home for his jab, will be able to throw De Ridder off a lot, because I don't think he has any. He's not going to slip it. His blocking is not, his timing with his blocking isn't really there. And from there, just start to put the jab on him, and for that, just find the 2 right behind it. Gerald Meerschaert was able to crack this guy and hurt him with a lot of with the striking with his hands. And that's not even Gerald's forte like that as it is for Kevin, because Kevin has phenomenal striking. He has phenomenal hands. He has phenomenal timing on catching punches, rolling with them, and timing his counters. And I believe that he should be able to find that in this fight. D. Ritter, he's gonna have to try to get Kev to the ground. He's gonna have to maybe tie. He's gonna have to tie. For me, I think it would come off of him timing Kev with a misstep or maybe overextension and shoot from there and try to get him to the ground there, which Kev can get up. He has grappling. He has grappling in his back belt. He has a black belt in jiu-jitsu by his own right. He submitted Michael Chiesa. So I believe as long as if for him, he's gonna have to find a way to try to get him down, try to hold him down. Which he's got longer legs, so I believe that's how he was able to kind of keep Gerald Meerschaert on the ground. He's got a really, really long frame. Kevin's got a long frame too. So his only hope is to get this fight down. I mean, his only hope is to get this fight down, and that's how I see it.
I'm a big fan of De Ridder. I watched his entire career in ONE FC, and the time off, because ONE FC really screwed over a lot of their athletes. De Ridder came in, he gassed, he made Gerald Meerschaert look like a K1 level striker, getting hurt by elbows. De Ridder's only weapon on the feet is literally hands forward and throwing elbows. Not gonna do that with Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland has a great right elbow. I honestly think De Ridder is gonna shoot and pull guard. He's done that a few times. I don't think he could close the distance on Kevin, and I'm not optimistic of his chances. Big fan of his game, but I imagine he's going to pull guard.
Yeah.
I believe we have a comment that came in that I want to give a shout out to. If you can pull that up real quick before we go to the next one. You said run the next one? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll get to your comment in one moment. We'll go over this fight first. So we have a lightweight belt with, you can correct me if I say this wrong because you seem to know how to say everyone's name.
Oh, you got to get these.
I can read. Okay.
Beneil Dariush?
Beneil Dariush. Pretty good.
Dariush
That was not
versus
bad.
Renato Moicano.
Renato. There's no hard
Just
R's.
give me my money.
There's no hard R's in Portuguese.
Money, Moicano.
All right, I don't
just
speak
want
Portuguese. French is my thing. All right, so we got 22-6-1 versus 25-1. One coming off a loss, one coming off of a win. This should be a little entertaining fight, especially on the microphone afterwards. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
This is a good fight. It's a good, nice high-level fight between two guys that can mix it up between striking and grappling. It's very, very, very entertaining. Beneil Dariush is coming off of a couple of losses, bad knockouts. The Arman Tsarukyan knockout was pretty vicious, and Charles Oliveira was pretty not nice either. So Beneil's got something to prove in this one. Coming back off of that he's still gamed and he's still with the top ones, and Moicano's trying to break through up into that title contention and that title talk. So it's definitely a solid fight. The way I see it personally, I think Moicano probably has the better grappling of the two in this one. Dariush is at his best whenever he's calm, composed, and finding his strikes. He's a smart fighter. He fights with IQ, so he's able to kind of figure out things and find his opening wherever those may be, and land some pretty good shots. Putting a good shot on Moicano early is going to be huge for Dariush. I believe that will be something big that he needs to do, is find a shot early. He's going to have to figure him out fairly quickly, because Moicano's going to come to push the action. Moicano likes to get in the fight. This dude fights like a madman, just all action at your neck the entire fight, and he just doesn't stop coming. We seen him get dropped by Jalen Turner in a fight that I thought I thought JT was about to put him away, and he showed his resilience, he showed his heart, and he was able to battle through adversity and come back and eventually get the win. So it's gonna be a tough one. It's definitely going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I agree with you, like, in that assessment. I'm hopeful for Beneil because, 2 hard knockout losses, but Moicano only has 2 TKOs in all of his wins. So I'm hopeful that Beneil's not going to get knocked out. And he's one of the most well-rounded people in the division. And up until he hurt his ankle when he was supposed to fight Islam Makhachev, like, he really was the UFC lightweight that they were trying not to give a title shot because he's just not as good on the mic as all the other top lightweights. And that's a shame. Dariush is all about the left kick and left overhand. But Moicano just fought Sambunis?
Yep.
Yeah. Benoit. He fought him. All he had was a left kick. Mm-hmm. So Moicano's had a lot of reps in defending against a lot of the weapons that Beneil Dariush relies on. Yeah. So I'm pulling for Beneil. Like, heart says Beneil, mind says Moicano. I think definitely Moicano should be the favorite, but Beneil, I think, has a good opportunity to play spoiler. So
yeah. Well, the thing is, the difference that I'll point out between Dariush and Saint Benoit.
Benoit Saint Denis.
Told you, French is
my bad. He
I can do that one.
for him, Saint Denis is more of a forward pressure, like kind of throw it all in there, just get into the fire type guy. Beneil's a little bit more calm.
Yep.
He's a little bit more calm, a little bit more precise, and kind of picks his shots a lot better. And I think that's something that he'll definitely need. Moicano, while he can strike, he overextends on some of the strikes. He his feet kind of tangle and cross up a little bit, which kind of leaves him open and exposed. So I believe that patience from Dariush is going to be vital, and keeping that good range. He needs to control the range, and just look for sharp answers and sharp counters to what Moicano is going to do. But I believe if he's able to push Dariush back, Moicano needs to push Dariush back, get him on that back foot, and kind of get him leaning back, which is what got him caught the last couple times out, just kind of leaning back to try to avoid the chaos that he brings as far as like just mixing it up with different things. And I believe at the end of that will be a good opportunity for Moicano to catch him or put him where he wants him to be at to kind of control the fight a little bit more.
Nice. Okay, did we find that comment that came in? We have someone from London, Alpo Santos. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Big up the panel. Jamal, come to London, my boy. We will treat you good. Pause. You ever been told you look like Juice WRLD? Get that belt back, boy.
Appreciate the pause. All right. But yeah, for sure, bro. I plan on getting out, traveling around, getting around to a few different places. I have heard the Juice WRLD comment quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. But yeah, bro, appreciate you. Appreciate the love. And 100%, bro, we're working on getting that title back. Y'all see the watch. It's that championship watch, world champ.
We got to go to London. I've heard great things.
Got to add another ruby to it, or just another watch with another ruby whenever I get it back. You already know.
All right, let's go ahead and go to... Are we breaking down the next fight? Are we breaking down your fight?
He is coming! Yuri Prochazka versus Jamahal Hill.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot I was on that.
You better not lose to no boy with a ponytail. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man, it's an absolute banger, bro. I'm excited for this one. This is one that I've asked for years ago. One I've been wanting to fight Yuri since he arrived here to the big show. Finally got the call. Finally got the opportunity. Being fight week, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. Giving him my undivided attention and the respect that he deserves. Former champion, always in an exciting fight, always dangerous to finish a fight, and I'm excited for it. 100%, I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Do you have any words on this, Jordan? Since
I'm gonna let
you probably give the best unbiased thoughts on this, possibly.
I'm really biased in this one.
I don't want to make your head too big, but like, I think one of the main key differences, they're both high volume, but Yuri is very much a headhunter. Yeah. Yuri fights with an attrition pace, but does not do any weapons that slow you down the line. Jamahal has a way more like diverse like striking like repertoire, and he changes levels. Yuri's almost always headshots coming up from his waist, weird angles, and it punishes the level change. But I imagine level changes aren't going to be a big part of the game plan. So this is a really exciting one. It's a really dangerous one, but very exciting.
I do think this is a dangerous fight out of a lot of the fights on the card. Even before this, a lot of them are entertaining, but this is kind of one that's, well, not really, because the Dawson Almeida one, I think that might be that might go crazy, but this one too, this is a dangerous, somebody might get hurt.
Him. He gonna get hurt. Y'all got me fucked up. For real. Y'all look, you know what I mean? I can say, well, it's fight week. We gonna get in there. We gonna lock in. We gonna do our thing. But y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have really, really forgot. But I
don't think they forgot. They got
oh,
you.
No, they forgot.
They got you.
Oh, no.
They got you in favor to win right now.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't even pay attention to no odds, bro. I don't pay attention to no odds. But what I do know is y'all must have forgot. So it's gonna be fun getting back out there, mixing it up, and reminding everybody who the fuck I am.
I'm just excited to see you back after a full recovery now.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely good to be back. Everything's feeling great. Everything's feeling locked in, and I'm ready to go, man. I have no idea how bad I am. I'm ready to go. I can't wait to get in there. I can't wait for Saturday.
Whoop, whoop. All right, and our next one is a championship bout. Of course, our last two, but we have Merab Dvalishvili.
Dvalishvili.
So when he was here, I was like, okay, how do I say it? And I said it, and he was like, yeah, that's fine.
He just didn't want to correct.
Right. I feel like he didn't want to
because
correct
Merab's
me.
a nice guy.
So now I say it,
dude.
and I feel like I say it different every time.
Yeah, this
but,
one.
But okay, sorry. And then Umar Nurmagomedov.
It's a tough one for me, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for me because Merab is my boy, bro. I absolutely love Merab. I want nothing but the best for Merab always. And Umar, I've been out and I've been really close at the PI. We've had a lot of the same training time as Umar and those guys and things like that. And they're just really, really a great group of guys. The way that they work, the way that they grind, the work that they put in, you know what I mean? It's just eat, train, and pray. You know, and there's something really motivating in that, in the way that they train and the way that they get after it. But I'm gonna put that all to the side and try to give my best unbiased breakdown in the way that I see it. The way that I see it, Umar's dangerous striking, extremely dangerous striking. I believe he is the better striker of the two between Merab and them, as far as like just more weapons of maybe like just like the kicks and knees and how he delivers them. Merab is tricky with his striking because you never know how he's going to strike with you. You know, sometimes he'll kind of sit in and throw with guys to kind of get him in. And then we seen the last fight against Sean O'Malley. While even being the longer fighter, he put more distance in between them and kind of fought more from the outside and kept on that bounce and on that movement and was able to use that gas tank to wear him down and wear him out to where he was able to start controlling him and impose his will within the grapple, get to his grappling and impose his will in the grappling. Umar can wrestle too, hence the name Nurmagomedov. You know, I believe from Merab is going to be the pressure and the pace. The pressure and the pace of Merab needs to be on point. He needs to be very, very defensive, very good defensive against the strikes, and mix in those takedowns. I don't believe just pure grappling and wrestling. I believe a mix in between just making him work. Like, I believe he just needs to put him in that blender of work that Merab's able to put these guys in and ultimately wear them down. Am I saying Umar does not have the gas tank to keep up with Merab? I believe Umar, though, the way that those guys train, they're in phenomenal shape. Merab's gas tank is just different to me. In my eyes, Merab's gas tank is different. And I believe at his pace, he outworks anybody. And I believe that's what he should do. That's what he should look to do. Staying safe, just don't try to do his best not to get caught and work that gas tank. For Umar, I believe Umar needs to be able to close the range precisely, with good footwork, good footwork movement, and be in good position at all times so he can deal with that work and then land his shots off of that. as well as working his way in the range to find his shot while he's working his way in the range with combinations, with some of those knees up the middle, teep kick. I believe a teep kick would be big for Umar, and a knee up the middle would be big for Umar, and then just work his straight punches to kind of try to find him in that. Maybe don't get too crazy with just unloading a bunch of punches. I'd probably stick to maybe like 2 to 3 punch combinations, just so you don't get caught too much up in the blender work. Because if you get the throwing, and then he puts you in a blender of defending the takedown, standing up to a clinch, to right back to trying to defend the takedown, that now he's pressing, pushing in your face. Because Merab can hit you with some shots as well. I believe that that is definitely something that he should be wary of, 100%.
I also have to acknowledge my biases. I've trained with Merab for years, same gym, lots of rounds together. One thing about Merab's streak, which is why it's crazy, like he was the underdog in most of the fights on this crazy win streak. People are always saying like, oh, he's gonna get caught. His defense is this, his defense is that. Merab fights the same in every one of his fights. He's gonna pressure you. He's gonna mix in the takedowns and the strikes. And one thing that we saw in the Umar fight, and the one thing that Corey Sandhagen had the most success with, was landing leg kicks. And Corey Sandhagen had no wrestling threat. I think Umar's going to have to be a little bit lower in his stance, which is going to lend him to getting kicked by more in the legs. It's basically Umar's dexterous head kicks, front kick combo, like double threat, versus Merab's calf kick, overhand to single leg. Merab's face, like it's just different. Like it's not just something you could like emulate. No one fights like him because they can't.
No.
They can't. Like Umar's going to be put on his back. The question is, can he get up? Can he get up consistently? Can he do that for 5 rounds? Because Merab's been training with Aljo for 10 years. We know if Umar decides to take Merab down, Merab knows how to defend the back. He knows how to get up from wrestling. And yeah, it should be a very exciting, fast-paced fight for as long as it lasts.
But yeah, that's my thing about the takedowns for Umar. Like, because Umar can shoot for takedown. He can wrestle. And I believe he would be able to get Merab down as well. Merab isn't a hold you down type of guy, right? He's not a hold you down type of guy. He's a take you down, be heavy on you, keep pulling. You're gonna have to work to get up. You can get up, but there's gonna have to be work to get up, and then the work is going to continue from there. So I don't think shooting on Merab is the best game plan unless you can hold him and like hold him down. And I haven't seen in a fight where Umar is like a guy that has the wrestling and pressure. Merab, just hold that guy down, and I believe that'll work into the blender of work for Merab. So I believe his striking is absolutely the key to get him there. I believe he should use his wrestling as a takedown, as a defense, and as a kind of way to maybe offset maybe some of the pace and kind of maybe get to him just to kind of close the distance on him, but. Ultimately, yeah, I believe his path to victory would be kind of more so in the strike. It would be in the striking department. Yeah.
One behind the scenes thing about Merab, just to point out how crazy he is. The day he fought Sean O'Malley, he sparred 6 rounds, full rounds in the morning. He then went to the fight and fought 7 rounds backstage, and then fought Sean O'Malley, and then landed his highest takedown accuracy in a fight in the UFC. He's just different.
Yeah, I don't believe he gets tired.
Gassed
I
him.
saw that after he won, he was like running down the street with like weights.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even like celebrating.
I seen the dance. I seen him dancing.
Is that how he
I think so.
danced?
It's
Yeah,
Georgian
it's
dance.
not how he dances.
That's funny. I see we had another comment come in. Can we pull that one up? All right, MMA experts. Jamal, I'm picking Yuri to chin you. Grimace face. It's the emoji. Yeah. You are looking good and in shape, though. How do you win the fight? Try and get me to pick a flip. Come on my show and roast at me if you win. I'm down to take it on the chin. I guess he has a podcast or a show.
I'm not here to convince nobody. Ultimately, we're gonna get in there and we gonna fight. You think he chins me? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I've been dropped one time in a fight. It was, you know what I mean? It was against a guy that's got some really serious power. You know what I mean? So we gonna see. We gonna see. That's the best thing I can tell you. We gonna see.
Okay. All right. And we can go ahead and go on to our main event, our next championship bout with Islam versus Arman, number 2. Second time going around. How do you guys think this is going to play out?
I'm stoked for this.
Yeah, this is a really good fight.
I trained with Arman for about 12 weeks back in 2021. He's the most physically gifted lightweight I've trained with. He's powerful, he's strong, he's got dexterous legs, very flexible, very hardworking, and he's putting it together. Like, I think he has the cleaner striking of the two, but Islam, he's just super effective. His defense ratio is crazy. Absorbs like the least amount of shots in the UFC, still like top 5. And I'm not sure how this fight goes. They both are such dominant wrestlers. They both have serious pop. They have serious power. But I mean, Arman's only 28. Islam's 33. And yeah, I don't know. I'm pulling for Tsarukyan. I think he's the one to do it if anyone's going to do it in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah, I believe of anybody right now, I believe Arman probably has the best chance just based off of what we seen the first time they fought. The first time they fought, even though it was on short notice for Arman, he came in and it was some of the best high level grappling exchanges that you're gonna get in this sport. So I believe that Islam won't be able to just go to the wrestling and just dominate him and take over in that department. He too has a very, very good gas tank. I've been training at the same time. I've seen them both in the gym. Well, I've not both. I've seen Islam in the gym recently. Islam looks phenomenal. He looks phenomenal in sparring. He looks phenomenal in class. He looks like he's in great shape. He doesn't look like I haven't seen him take a deep breath. You know what I mean? I believe Arman is probably in that type of shape as well. But the striking, as far as the striking goes, from the striking that I've seen from Arman, Islam is more technical. He's more technical. He's a little bit more sharp. He leaves fewer openings while he's striking than I believe Arman. I believe Arman extends a little bit more and kind of exposes himself a little bit more in the striking department. I believe this fight is actually going to play out a little bit more on the feet than people would think, because of like the exchanges and things like that from last time. Although Islam is not scared of anybody's grappling. He's not scared of anybody's grappling. He believes he's the best grappler in the world. So I believe that he will mix in the takedown whenever it's something that is there just to control the fight and things like that. But all in all, this is a hard one to predict, hard one to call. But it's hard for me to go against who I believe is the pound for pound best right now in Islam Makhachev.
All right. Do you guys want to do the game?
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's get it in.
All right, so we go through. He's like, "What game?
What game?"
So we go through the fights, and you pick who you believe is going to win, and you have three options.
Yeah. So
that you can only use one time.
Okay.
So one, you can either exchange a fight. So you can, if you don't want to pick, you can choose a different fight and say, I think this one's going to win. You can choose, the style, right? Mm-hmm. Of how the fight's going to win. And what was the other one?
How the method and then round.
Oh, yes. Method and then the round of how. So you can only use those 3 times.
Okay.
Or one time each.
The method
three
and
options,
round,
one time
method
each.
around you get bonuses for. You get bonus points for.
Yeah, that's kind of what helps us if we get to a tie. So you guys want to go over the same ones that we just talked about?
Yeah, sure.
You must be reading something. You want to go over the same ones that we talked about?
So main card. Let's do main card.
Just main?
It's main card.
All right. All right, so let's start off with the one where they had to find a new fighter with Zachary Reese versus
The main
Osman?
card.
That is the main card.
That's not the main
Is it?
card.
Oh, I'm sorry. It went back down on me. My bad. All right, just kidding. For real this time. All right, yeah. So Kevin Holland versus what is it? DeRitter?
Yeah.
Holland, I think probably round 2 knockout.
Oh
Okay.
damn, you throwing
go
them all in the
straight
same fight.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident about this pick. I don't think, I mean, I think it'll take some time for DeRitter to kind of like be deterred and to like kind of perhaps for Kevin to like, do enough damage to finish it. I hope Kevin takes his time because if Kevin goes out there and just balls to the wall, he's gonna open himself up to risk. But sometimes he does that.
No, you can just take him for knockout. You don't have to pick the round.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't have
you
to
can
do
pick,
it.
Or you can pick knockout method, so that'll be the method, and then you can pick round for another fight.
No, just knockout. Sorry, just knockout. Everything on Kevin Holland to win this one.
Yeah. No, damn, it's gonna make this fight difficult because that was gonna be my. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Kevin. Also. I'm gonna let you take. I'm gonna let him keep the method, and now even though I believe Kevin does win by knockout.
All right, and then we got Dariush versus Moicano.
I'm going Dariush. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Money Moicano. In this one. It's because I believe he's firing on all cylinders right now. He's hot right now. So I believe that the momentum and then the things that he's shown in the other fight and in the fights, just the durability, the grappling, and just I think he's starting to level up, get to that place.
All right, and then Procházka versus Hill.
I think Hill's got it.
Yeah, you think so? All right. What about
I think
you?
I'm gonna take Hill too.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to choose? So you got 2 more after this. Do you want to choose? Put in any of the options you have because you haven't chosen any yet. We can always go back and add one if you want.
I'm gonna take Hill. Trying to think which round do I want to knock his ass out in? We're gonna go Hill.
What if it's a submission?
That's true.
That'd be crazy.
I'm gonna take myself in the second round.
You second round. All right.
First round. You know
First?
what? I'm gonna take myself in the first round.
First round. Okay. All right. And Dvalishvili versus Nurmagomedov.
So I did knockout. So now I choose the round. Can I pick decision?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Oh,
you can.
decision from Rob.
Okay. What about you, Jamal?
I'm gonna use my flip in this one, and I'm going to take Peyton Talbot.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay.
We can. Do you have one you wanted to switch out?
Oh no.
No, you're good. You're at peace with
Next
your
time.
picks.
Next time I'll use that flip
Next
card.
time. Okay, and then Islam versus Arman.
I'm gonna go
This is a hard
Islam.
one to pick.
I'm gonna go Islam by knockout.
Okay.
Knockout TKO / same thing.
Oh.
Knockout TKO, same thing.
See, we lame the flip on the main event, so I'm gonna have to just go for Arman, man. I think he's got it.
Okay. All right, and for the winner, what does the winner get? Like, if you win, I'm assuming you want him to make you cookies or something.
He's gonna do
right?
that anyway. He's gonna do that anyway.
Jordan
Goddamn,
makes
it's
wonderful cookies,
win or
you guys.
lose. Win or lose, I'm gonna need them cookies when I get back here. on everything, for real. Yeah, Jordan makes some of the best cookies I've ever had. It's like pause if that's needed, but still.
They're really good.
They're
cookies.
really fucking good.
Yeah, single mom, man. Been cooking my whole life.
All my life
Got
I
a
had
good
to
chocolate
cook.
chip cookie recipe.
And they're gluten-free.
No allergens.
No allergies.
I'm gonna open up a bakery, guys.
Some of y'all sitting behind the screen and shit all the time, getting a little chubby, packing it on right here. All right? It's got to wait for you to do that. Enjoy the things you like. And not mess yourself up too bad.
Brought to you by diabetes.
What does he get if he wins? If he wins the
Oh gosh.
a car. I'm gonna play the game next time.
Right.
Oh crap.
He wins. I got my guy at Sonny's back in Michigan. Shoes. I don't know how you are with shoes.
My mom's white.
He
I want you to twerk.
It's not gonna happen.
I want you to twerk for me.
Fuck no.
On a story,
This
not
isn't
a
a
post.
dare.
It's
This is
not
not
going to
not the dare.
It's not going to happen. So I'll get you some shoes. I'm gonna holler at my guys back at Sonny's if he's the biggest resale
really nice
shoe
shoes.
store
Oh, I'm down.
in Michigan. And shout out to you, my brother Ali. You already know it's always love. I'm gonna see what he's got. See what he's got, and I'm gonna hook you up with something.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to close out with? Got any messages for anybody on a positive note?
I gotta fly out tomorrow. All right, and if I got the window seat, I speak English. All right. Just because seeing is how you motherfuckers can't hear English whenever you hear it after somebody tells you they speak English, I ain't fucking moving. And I ain't getting off the plane.
We're
either.
not on Frontier, so I think we're okay.
That's true. That's true. And yeah, I see some people talking like, oh, he's got millions, he's on Frontier. So the fuck what? Just because you got money, that means you got to just waste it on whatever?
I mean, it was probably an easy,
that's some
available
broke
flight.
Shit. That's why some
you
of
know?
y'all still broke.
And it was a short flight, right? It was like less
short
than a
flight.
couple hours. I mean, you got to get somewhere, you got to get there. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Appreciate y'all. We're about to go catch some NFL action before we, got to get back to it. Got another workout today, getting ready, locking in, ready to go. See y'all Saturday.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Jordan, for coming on. He's
Appreciate you coming on.
moisturizing he stays moisturized, okay?
Man, it's fucking, we're in the desert.
we
It's
are in the
fucking dry
desert.
out
You
here.
have to do that out here. Thank you guys.
Hey, bro.